I'm like throwing rockets. These are missiles, yeah. These are fucking missiles. I'm 100%. This is, yeah? We're going in here 100%. I'm going into this fight 100% Conor McGregor. Not 92. 100% Conor McGregor. So it has to be really meticulous. We were right there with the last one. As a unit, we do it, right?
Conor McGregor was here, he wanted on the White House. Now, for Conor McGregor to be on the White House, Conor McGregor wants $100 million and he wants 100 golden visas. So Conor's essentially saying, you need me on the White House and you're gonna pay to get me on the White House. To do something that 745 people would do for free. He's essentially asking for $200 million.
He demanded it, $100 million and 100 golden visas, just to appear at the White House. Conor McGregor, the self-proclaimed strong rocket, essentially requested a staggering $200 million for an event 745 people would do for free. The audacity hit like a knockout punch, leaving everyone in disbelief. This wasn't just about a fight, it was about an unprecedented demand for a historic occasion, signaling the sheer scale of McGregor's perceived value. He believes he's the only one who can make this happen, setting a price tag that shatters all expectations. The question is, who would dare to meet such a demand, and what does it mean for the future of combat sports? This saga is far from over.
I'm sure you've heard the new talk is that Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal could be a potential.
Oh, no.
McGregor himself declared he's going into this fight 100% Conor McGregor, not 92%. He's calling his opponents broken missiles, highlighting a meticulous preparation unlike anything seen before. He's training with purpose, aiming for a statement, not just a fight. This isn't just about winning, it's about re-establishing his dominance and proving he's still the king. The commitment to perfection is palpable, suggesting this comeback is more profound than a simple return to the octagon. Every punch, every training session is designed to remind the world why he became a phenomenon. His confidence is unwavering, a sign of the storm brewing.
But heard this? No. This is the biggest thing on social media now. Everyone's talking, that Chandler's out and Masvidal's in, and it's Conor and Masvidal.
You know what's funny? So in my algorithm on Instagram, I have nothing MMA.
Right?
Literally nothing MMA pops
up. Oh, mine's politics.
That's mine's definitely. There's some politics, but yeah, I don't listen to any of the goofy.
No.
No.
Is that considered goofy?
That's goofy shit. Yeah. The MMA world, I don't listen to any of that shit. So literally none of that is on my.
The UFC is making history, visiting the White House for the first time ever, with McGregor already positioned as the central figure of an evolving fight card. This is more than a venue. It's the world's most powerful grounds, setting the stage for an unparalleled spectacle. The gravity of the location elevates the event, transforming it from a mere sporting contest into a cultural moment. McGregor's involvement guarantees headlines, but the sheer novelty of the setting adds a layer of intrigue that no fight has ever captured. The world will be watching, not just for the fights, but for the symbolism.
And as I say, when you look at Jorge Masvidal and the career that he's had, and then you remember Jorge Masvidal has been a massive supporter of Donald Trump. I think he's spoken publicly at rallies for Donald Trump as well. So he's certainly in the good graces of the Trump family, right? And they're the kind of people that they're going to want at the White House. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal, that'll be a sensational matchup. Michael Chandler, of course, losing to Paddy Pimblett the way that he did. And then, of course, when you look at the majority of fights that he's lost, okay, it doesn't really put him in too good of a standing. Okay?
Yet, when rumors swirled about a potential McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal showdown, Dana White abruptly shut them down. He claimed total unfamiliarity with online MMA rumors, dismissing social media hype as irrelevant. This stark contrast between widespread fan excitement and the UFC president's casual disregard exposed a fascinating disconnect. Despite the chatter, White suggested that not everything popular is actually happening, challenging the narrative that social media dictates the biggest fights. His dismissal leaves fans wondering if this highly anticipated matchup was ever truly on the table or just wishful thinking.
If you abandon all the yes men, if you get rid of all the distractions and you get in the gym, it's not unthinkable to think that Conor McGregor could get just somewhere near the form that he had when he made his rise through the UFC. Remember 2016, that performance against Eddie Alvarez, the one-punch knockout over Jose Aldo, right? The rise through the UFC. It was like nothing the sport had ever seen before. And then, of course, combined with the brashness and the trash talk and all the rest of it, and the swagger and the confidence that he had, and the humor and the one-liners, you put it all together, the man became the biggest star that the sport's ever seen. 4 years away, I think it is, or 5 years, whatever it is, it's been a long time, and he broke his leg, but he's back training, he's back in the gym. And I tell you what, right, me and McGregor, we've gone head to head, we've talked a bit of shit over the years, but you can't deny the talent the man had. And if he locks in and he's disciplined, you can get almost back to that.
Dana White's personal revelation about his social media habits further deepened the mystery. He explicitly stated that his Instagram algorithm contains literally nothing MMA, revealing a surprising detachment from the very sport he promotes. This unexpected insight suggests he intentionally blocks out goofy shit from the MMA world, preferring his own curated feed. It raises questions about how much he truly listens to the fan base, or if his decisions are solely based on internal data. His personal bubble is a stark contrast to the buzzing world of fight speculation.
Is it as big as they come? Because we've seen on the internet, you versus McGregor. Dana White stated that he's no longer interested in McGregor versus Chandler. So then all of a sudden this report comes out, and I'm wondering, does it have legs? Does it have traction? Is it a possibility?
You never know, right? Shit, give them what they want, not what they expect. I could say some big news. You know, I have some fight news coming soon, and it's very big news. And I can't deny or confirm what you just said, you know?
Yeah.
You just gotta let the tips fall where they may, but definitely some big news headed towards MMA.
Behind the scenes, the White House card is a logistical marvel. Dana White detailed months of meticulous planning with the White House, revealing a video rendering of the entire property, down to every tree, meticulously calculating how sunlight and darkness would impact seating and ambiance. This level of obsessive preparation highlights the unprecedented scale of the event, transforming the grounds into a state-of-the-art fight arena. It's a testament to the UFC's ambition and the unique challenges of hosting such a high-profile event. Every detail, no matter how small, is being engineered for perfection.
He don't like that fight. You're talking about everybody else but me, because he knows I'll snipe his ass quick. That little lucky left shit he does ain't gonna work with me, a premium striker, brother. I'm gonna see that shit a mile away and slap him in the face. You know, so I don't think Chris Brandon ever would have been good. I'm gonna beat the fucking dog shit out of him, straight up stand-up style.
Are you surprised?
None of that grappling. I'm just going to get in your face, knee your ribs, elbow your fucking face. It's going to be a fight, man.
Are you surprised, Jorge, that he's moving on, Dana White is, from the Chandler fight? Because it's been like 2.5 years in the making. They were supposed to fight 2 summers ago. Like, are you surprised that he was that dismissive of it in that interview?
I mean, Chandler's a big name in the sport. You know, he's a huge name and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how close it was to begin with, to being on the White House card, if that was all speculation from the start, or at one point the UFC did want that fight. I don't know all these things, you know. It's just, I know that they have a very in-depth team, that they have a guy that counts comments when somebody gets a picture. They have another guy that's looking at just the algorithm. They have an in-depth team of who's going to make the biggest noise possible. And I'm sure they're running through that team, and they're going to decide, you know. If you ask me, obviously it should be me.
This is no ordinary event. Dana White described it as a one-of-one in our lifetime, a singular, unrepeatable chance to create something legendary. The sheer effort and planning underscore its historical significance, marking it as more than just another UFC card. It's a legacy-defining moment for the promotion, a chance to etch their name into history books beyond the octagon. The implications of this event, if successful, could redefine how major sporting events are perceived and executed on a global stage. The stakes are astronomically high, promising an unforgettable experience.
I'm going to share
inside information with you, but the plan, right? Everything's a little loose, but the plan, the operating plan was that Conor McGregor at the White House would fight Justin Gaethje. So it was also a belief. One thing Conor does not want to do, and again, this is not speculation. I'm protecting my source, but telling you, giving you some real information here, accurate. One thing Conor does not want to do is go down to 155 pounds. And he doesn't want to do it for a number of reasons, and none of which bigger than just going, why? What for? Like, that's not what this is about. It doesn't matter what this weight class is. Okay. And I'm very confident.
Michael Bisping entered the fray, arguing for Jorge Masvidal as the ideal opponent. He highlighted Masvidal's extensive career and unwavering public support for Donald Trump, making him a natural fit for a White House event. Bisping asserted that Masvidal's presence in Trump's circle would make a McGregor versus Masvidal bout a sensation on matchup, creating explosive headlines. The strategic alignment of politics and combat sports adds an intriguing layer to the opponent's selection, suggesting that more than just fighting prowess is at play. It's a calculated move to maximize public interest and political resonance.
As of right here, right now, Gaethje McGregor is still on the table. And I think that should be pulled. I do not believe that Conor should walk into a title fight, but moreover, I will tell you, and Conor will too, he's not going to 155. Now, the promotion does not yet have that through their head. They are still pushing for Conor and 155. This is all extremely accurate information. So I think there's a lot of options for McGregor. I really think that if it's not him versus Chandler, it should be. We really should look at that. We fans were promised a certain fight. We fans have been pretty damn patient. And I don't know that side was considered. And I think that when that side does get considered, that it's going to lean us back.
Bisping further speculated that if McGregor fully commits, abandoning yes men and distractions, he could regain the form that made him a UFC phenomenon. He invoked memories of McGregor's legendary performances against Eddie Alvarez and the one-punch knockout of Jose Aldo, moments that solidified his superstar status. This optimistic assessment suggests that the talent mains, simply needing the right focus and discipline to re-emerge. It offers a glimmer of hope that the notorious of old could return, silencing critics and reminding everyone of his explosive power. The potential for a resurgence is electrifying.
The interim belt, grudge match, June 14, America's 250th birthday, Justin Gaethje versus Conor McGregor. What about that?
You think it's just so many possibilities, man.
But you understand, America's birthday, bring an Irish drunk guy to the White House, make sure he doesn't have any drugs on him or cocaine, fight Justin Gaethje, fight Conor, been running for all his life. But I think right now Conor's, I think right now he doesn't have options. Or he can do whatever he wants, but I would love to see this fight. And I think, listen, I might not like Conor, but I think Conor was at one point, he was a really, really good fighter. And I cannot take this away from him, you know? But I believe it's level to this. And I believe now Justin Gaethje is on a different level. They're about the same age.
Adding fuel to the fire, Jorge Masvidal himself teased big news coming soon when pressed about a McGregor showdown. Despite Dana White's prior dismissals, Masvidal hinted that fans might get exactly what they're hoping for, and maybe even more, keeping speculation alive. His confident smirk suggested inside knowledge, implying that the official narrative might not be the full story. This direct contradiction to White's statements only deepens the intrigue, making fans question who to believe. Masvidal is clearly playing a strategic game, knowing that his words hold significant weight.
Conor have more championship belts than Gaethje. Honestly, this fight should have happened a long time ago. Be honest with you, but it never happened. But it is what it is, you know. Can you imagine? You think what's a bigger fight than Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje?
Dude, that would be an amazing fight. And I know you said a number of times it almost came together.
I want to come together because I don't think Conor. He wanted to fight Justin. Justin Gaethje is a scary guy, man. I don't blame Conor, you know, if you don't want to fight with him. He has too much to lose. But Conor right now is just having fun. If this is what he wants, if I was a fighter and I have to fight, that's the fight I'll fight. Me personally, you know.
Masvidal didn't stop there. He went all in, dismissing McGregor's power and boldly claiming to be a level above, a premium striker who sees every punch coming. He insisted McGregor's lucky left shot wouldn't work on him, portraying the matchup as a pure striking clinic. His trash talk was relentless, framing himself as the ultimate challenge, untouchable by McGregor's signature shots. This bravado sets the stage for a fiery confrontation, promising an all-out stand-up war if the fight ever materializes. Masvidal is confident he holds the key to beating the former champ.
Dana says it's not Conor, so we'll see who it is.
Do you have a preference if it's not Conor? Obviously, I know you want to fight Conor, but
I mean, obviously that's the fight. That's the fight to me that makes the most sense when it comes to Occam's razor. Like, the most obvious choice should be the choice. The most obvious solution should be the solution. We've already got the build-up. We've already got the backdrop. We've already got the animosity. We've already got the footage. But with that being said, if it's not him, I mean, I think I've kind of gotten into a point too where there's this rejuvenation also where you're like, hey, obviously I've had my sights set on that, and if that's kind of the letdown and that doesn't happen, man, like, I want big fights. I want to get back in there and fight a top guy. I want to get back in there. I don't think my last performance was indicative of my actual skill set and my fire and my passion for the sport, just for some outside circumstances. But man, I don't have a preference, but I want a big fight, you know. So we'll see what happens in March. Max versus Charles. Armin's out there always talking about people.
That's true.
But these are not fights that I necessarily deserve, right? We're in this sport where you're like, hey, man, you just lost your last fight. You can't go out there and fight number 2 next. But, man, I just hold it like this. And whatever comes my way, comes my way. But hopefully Conor at the White House.
Yeah.
Just don't ask Dana.
Yeah.
Masvidal's conviction stems from his belief in the UFC's in-depth team, who he claims analyze everything from comments to algorithms to determine the biggest noise possible. He's confident that this data-driven approach will lead them to choose him as the loudest and most dangerous option. This insight into the UFC's decision-making process suggests that public perception and marketability play a huge role in opponent selection. It's a calculated move by Masvidal to highlight his own drawing power, implying that the numbers will ultimately prove he's the right choice. Then, Chael Sonnen dropped a bombshell. Inside information revealed the original White House plan was Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje. This wasn't speculation, but a confirmed prior arrangement that fans were never privy to. The revelation completely reshuffles the deck, indicating a significant shift from the initial vision. It exposes the fluid nature of fight planning and the often hidden truths behind the public announcement. This unexpected twist adds another layer of complexity to the already convoluted opponent search. What else is the UFC keeping secret? Sonnen's insider scoop continued with a critical detail. Conor McGregor absolutely refuses to drop to 155 pounds for a number of reasons. This isn't just a preference, it's a firm stance that makes any fight in that weight class off the table, despite the promotion's continued push. This unwavering decision by McGregor severely limits his potential opponents and contradicts the narrative the UFC might be trying to build. It's a power move from the Irishman, dictating terms and showing he's in control of his own career path. His reasons remain shrouded in mystery. Given McGregor's steadfast refusal to fight at 55 pounds, Sonnen questioned whether he should even be walking into a title bout at that weight. He reminded everyone that fans were promised a specific fight and have been pretty damn patient. Sonnen believes that once all options are truly considered, the scales could tip back towards the original, audience-desired matchup. This sentiment suggests a potential clash between fan expectations and promotional desires, with McGregor's firm stance adding a complicated layer to the negotiations. Will the UFC listen to the fans or pursue their own agenda? Ali Abdelaziz also chimed in on the Gaethje versus McGregor scenario, emphasizing that while McGregor was once great, Gaethje is now on a whole different level. He even joked about keeping it clean for the White House setting on America's 250th birthday, highlighting the irony of a grudge match in such a formal setting. Abdelaziz, always outspoken, positioned Gaethje as the truly dangerous opponent, as suggesting McGregor might be biting off more than he can chew. The stakes are clearly higher than ever, and the White House setting adds a layer of formal intensity. Abdulaziz stressed that a McGregor vs. Gaethje fight should have happened a long time ago, calling Gaethje a scary guy. He even admitted he wouldn't blame Conor for hesitating, acknowledging that McGregor has too much to lose in such a high-risk matchup. This brutal honesty from Gaethje's manager underscores the gravity of facing the highlight, painting him as an opponent formidable enough to give even McGregor pause. The history between them is palpable, adding a layer of grudge to an already intense potential clash. The fear factor is real. Despite Dana White's dismissive comments, Michael Chandler remains undeterred, still hoping for a McGregor showdown. He argued it makes the most sense based on Occam's razor, citing the existing buildup, animosity, and footage as compelling reasons. Chandler's unwavering focus reveals his belief that this is the fight the public wants and deserves. He's not giving up on the biggest name in the sport, emphasizing the natural narrative that has already been established. His persistence is admirable, a testament to his desire for the ultimate spotlight. Chandler, however, maintained he's ready for any big fight if McGregor falls through. He candidly admitted his last performance wasn't indicative of his actual skill set, and my fire, my passion, hinting at outside circumstances. This honesty shows a fighter eager to prove himself again. Regardless of the opponent, he wants to get back in there and fight a top guy. Fueled by a rejuvenation of spirit, his hunger for competition is clear, signaling that he's prepared to face anyone the UFC puts in front of him. The desire to compete at the highest level remains strong. Not everyone is convinced by the Chandler-McGregor hype. John Anik openly stated that such a fight wouldn't move the needle in the lightweight division. He suggested more impactful matchups, like Conor facing Nate Diaz or Mauricio Ruffi, as alternatives that carry real consequence and excitement. Anik's blunt assessment challenges the commercial viability of the proposed Chandler bout, pushing for fights that resonate more deeply with hardcore fans. His perspective highlights a potential disconnect between what's promoted and what truly excites the audience. Anik further noted that a McGregor-Chandler fight would likely happen at 70 pounds, limiting its impact on the lightweight picture. He emphasized that bigger names and more meaningful battles are where the real fireworks lie, advocating for fights that actually shape the division. This critical analysis suggests that without championship implications or a compelling narrative at their natural weight class, the fight loses its luster. Anik's argument underscores the importance of divisional relevance for a truly memorable and impactful contest. Finally, Arman Tsarukyan threw his name into the hat with an audacious ultimatum. He's only interested in a title shot or Conor McGregor. He boldly called himself a nightmare for McGregor, insisting the UFC would never make that fight easy due to his sheer danger. Tsarukyan's fearless challenge showcases a rising star unafraid to demand the biggest names, directly putting pressure on McGregor. His confident call-out adds another unpredictable twist to the opponent's saga, proving that while McGregor searches for a dance partner, a new generation is ready to seize their moment. So, as Conor McGregor trains intensely, the question looms large. Who will step into the octagon with him at the White House? Will it be Masvidal, Gaethje, Chandler, or a completely unexpected wild card? The demands are high, the stakes are even higher, and the whispers from insiders paint a chaotic picture of negotiations and shifting plans. This isn't just a fight, it's a political statement, a financial gamble, and a legacy-defining moment all rolled into one. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest fight updates, because one thing's for sure, this is a showdown you won't want to miss.